I'd like to introduce a successful student of EDS. Hello Minh Khôi, can you introduce yourself?
Good morning everyone, my name is Minh Khôi. I'm a freshman at the University of Westminster, located in Central London, United Kingdom. I'm going to share with you how to pass the foundation in IT program with high distinction and whole thing I have cherished for almost 1 year studying in the UK.
Before studying IELTS, you didn't have the basic foundation of English, and after nearly 4 months intensive studying at EDS Center, you finally achieved 5.5 IELTS. And can you share your own experience in achieving this success?
Well, it's a tough time to study in both university and IELTS at the same time. Time management is extremely difficult. However, I have great time in EDS Center and receive much help from them. Teacher as well as Mr. Hank, CEO of EDS. The person I regard as my beloved sister. I also got to well with many new friends and I could gain more knowledge and improve my English skill rapidly.
After that, you applied for the Science and Engineering course of the Pathway program at the Kaplan International College Lodon and successfully completed it with a score of 84%. You were also in the top 4 of excellent students in the college. Intermediate math and information technology are one of the most difficult subjects, and you had to study in English, but you got the highest score in these modules with 95% and 84% respectively. So how could you achieve such a great result?
To be honest, the score of being ranked in top 4 excellent student in Kaplan International College is quite surprising for me. Even thought this is the hard year for me. By the way, I'm really confident in math while IT is pretty new and difficult. But I got some tips in order to get the best performance. First, you need to read the book which we will receive from your lecturer. Not many people did this, but believe me, it's really useful, and you can find your lecture on the internet like YouTube or Google Scholar. Well, whenever you feel lost after the harsh lecture. In addition, I practice coding every session, so the coursework will be much easier when you have to make a coursework project. Moreover, the studying is sometimes difficult, but you can ask the lecturer or your friend if they will provide you the much support.
Now you are studying a Bangalore software engineering course at University of Westminster in London, and your major is in the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education program. The software engineering major has a lot of career prospects, both in Vietnam and all over the world, especially in developed countries like the UK. So why did you choose this specialization for your next 4 years as well as the future? And what skills and factors are required in this field?
My reason for choosing software engineering to pursue is plenty of career prospects as well as my huge interest in programming. Besides, the salary of IT is among the highest, and the working in IT industry labor have many supporting and preferential receive. Through the period taking up the IT, I have found that logical thinking and critical thinking are so important in programming. Mathematical skills are necessary to become proficient at programming. You know, the course is just often try to solve the problem, so you need to analyze the problem and come up with the most efficient way to solve it by programming. However, you don't have to worry about, because you will learn them in the foundation year, and during your course when you have trouble about your study, you could contact your classmates or ask your teacher for their help, and they can help you to manage time and the matter understanding effect and the other problem that you might face when you study in the UK.
You have also said with me at first that you weren't accepted by Kaplan International College to apply for CAS visa because the first interview with the school was not appreciated. However, thanks to the determination of Mrs. Hyde, she persuaded the university to allow you to interview again. The second interview lasted after only 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes. And the university even apologized for nearly missing a talented student. So how did EDS help you to prepare for the second interview to impress the interviewers?
I was refused as my first interview due to the unstable connection. Luckily, EDS Center and have sent many mails to Kaplan and explained about my situation and pushing up to make another appointment for me, and we had an interview again. By the time the EDS counselor and Ms. Hanks also helped me to well prepare for the next interview and become more confident for the next one.
The time you flew to the UK was in March 2019, which also coincided with the time Mrs. Hyde, the CEO of EDS, had a fun trip to UK, and she took you to the university and asked EDS UK students to guide you on making bank card procedures, making a subway card, as well as how to take a bus in the UK, right? And you had an opportunity to enjoy the first division thesis in London and to experience many interesting things here. So can you share more feelings about this special memory with Mrs. Hyde for the very first steps you came to the UK?
London is an impressive and dynamic city. A lot of new stuff need to be learned, and this is a big problem. Fortunately, Miss Hyde was there with me and helped me a lot to get on with my student life in London and become familiar with the travel in the around city. We had so many fun and interesting moments. I also got some tips and experience from the old student of Miss Hyde.
Currently, during the epidemic of COVID-19, you are studying online from April 2020 until now. IT major is very difficult and need to study directly to practice. Nevertheless, you have still achieved impressive results with a 90% total score of all subjects. So what is your secret to obtain this success, and why didn't you take the retention in order to study directly in next September and still decided to study online this year?
Sometimes I have some problem with the internet. I miss some parts of the lecture. However, I don't hesitate to ask the teacher and repeat whenever I miss something. I also try to note down to a small book that I have learned, and it will be useful when I got a coursework project in IT lesson. But as my teacher often says, feel free to ask and discuss with problem with guidance in class.
When applying for the visa for postgraduate program and for the undergraduate course, you only had to wait for about 5 working days for the study visa approval. So how did EDS help you in applying for the visa at a super fast speed?
Because of my problem in the interviews, my tasks have applied for visa have been issued less. And when I got the cash, EDS submitted my visa and applied QUÄC immediately for me. And thanks to the careful and the professional preparation, my visa has came without another interview in 5 working days. Although I came from Thailand, the high risk and sensitive area for QUÄC.
Did you want to say something to young people who are chasing their dreams of studying overseas?
I'm living willing to make impossible into the possible. From high school, my English proficiency start from zero, but after 4 months, I have achieved IELTS 5.5. From shy and quiet guy living under the cover of my family, and coming from the background of province, I have conquered both UK school as British embassy to grant me a student visa. From being taken care of by my parents, I have independent life in English. Look after myself and be extremely excited when having grown up strongly. From having through that simply pushing an IT major in STEAM was too difficult to learn. I have used to achieve excellent academic results and feel my Vietnamese name on the list of top 4 excellent students from UK school in Westminster. Human ability is endless, so don't limit your thinking and vision because you are fear of epidemic, and then you lose your own opportunity. Time makes hero, and I do hope young people like me